I am Frederick IX, King of Denmark. My journey as monarch began on April 20, 1947, following the passing of my father, King Christian X. It was a time of transition for Denmark, recovering from the shadows of World War II. The war had tested the resilience of our nation, but the Danish spirit endured, and as king, I dedicated myself to fostering unity and progress. My early years on the throne were shaped by a deep respect for tradition and a desire to modernize the monarchy. I was not a typical king. My naval career before ascending the throne taught me discipline, strength, and the importance of camaraderie. These experiences allowed me to connect with my people not as a distant ruler, but as one of them. Denmark in the post-war era was undergoing significant change. Social and economic reforms were sweeping across Europe, and our country was no exception. I was determined to be a modern monarch in a democratic society, understanding that the role of a king was no longer to wield power but to inspire trust and unity. My speeches often emphasized the importance of social cohesion and the need for our small nation to remain a beacon of democracy and peace. In 1948, one of my first significant acts as king was overseeing the constitutional change that granted Greenland home rule, marking a pivotal moment in our kingdom's history. Greenland had been a colony, but it was time to recognize its distinct cultural identity and grant it greater autonomy. This decision reflected my belief in fairness and equality within the Danish realm. Perhaps one of the most notable aspects of my reign was my love of music. I was an accomplished pianist and conductor, and music became a bridge between me and the people. I often led performances of the Royal Danish Orchestra, a rare sight for a king, but one that resonated deeply with Danes. Music was my way of showing that a monarch could be both relatable and regal. My family was the cornerstone of my life. My beloved wife, Queen Ingrid, stood by my side through all the challenges of my reign. Together, we raised our 3 daughters, Margrethe, Benedict, and Anne-Marie, instilling in them the values of service and duty. In 1953, the constitution was amended to allow female succession, paving the way for my eldest daughter, Margrethe, to become Denmark's first reigning queen in centuries. The 1960s brought further modernization. Denmark's economy flourished, and our welfare state expanded, ensuring a better quality of life for all Danes. Internationally, we strengthened our alliances, joining the European Free Trade Association and later negotiating our path toward the European Economic Community. Throughout, I worked to maintain Denmark's role as a nation of diplomacy and peace. However, being king was not without challenges. The world was changing rapidly, and traditional institutions like the monarchy faced skepticism. I responded by remaining accessible, often walking among my people and engaging directly with their concerns. I believed a king should not be isolated in a palace but present in the lives of his subjects. My reign came to an end on January 14, 1972, when I succumbed to illness. My daughter, Margrethe II, succeeded me, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Danish history. Though my time as king was over, I took pride in knowing I had upheld the values of duty, unity, and modernization. I lived as a sailor and a musician, but most importantly, as a servant to my people. Denmark, during my reign, evolved into a modern, progressive society, and I hope history will remember me as a king who remained true to his people and his principles.